So you want to learn how to play pop piano by ear? So definitely check out this video because we're going to check out how to learn a song by listening to KATSEYE and their new song Game Boy. I'm going to walk you through my steps, how I listen to the songs for the first time and then play it right away. My name is Kevin Andre. I'm a professional piano player and I want to teach you guys how to do this because I do that on the reaction video. So definitely check out the reaction I just released as well, which is a lot of fun, just talking about the pop music itself. And now we're going a little bit more deeper into the music theory. All right, let's jump right into KATSEYE Game Boy. This song just came out a couple minutes ago, and we're gonna try to play the melody and the chords on piano. Now, how do we do this? We have a couple steps we gotta figure out first. Key of the song. Once we have that, like, it's pretty easy to figure out the melody and the chords, right? So that is going to be our first objective. Listen to the song repeatedly. We're just going to play it once here on this channel right now, but for you guys to get an idea and try to find a segment we can work on. Great song, great pop tune, very catchy. So I'm hearing two chords and then it kind of repeats. It's always the same. We're lucky that this song only has two chords, right? And when I say chords, I hear like there are two changes. It's like Game Boy, so there's like two different things. What is happening? These are two different chords, right? So now the key of the song, how do we figure it out? Always listen to the lowest note in the song. This is like 99% of the time. This is how you figure out the key of the song. Listen to the bass. Now, if you don't know where to start, just go hit play and try to find the note that's actually playing right now. So in this case, it's like, this was the first note. I'm gonna go down. Just play all of the notes here. Very close. Yeah, this sounds about right. So this is E. This is our first note of the Game Boy, right? And then second one, that's where the melody comes. This is the second note of the core of the song, and then you do the same thing. Whoa, this sounds about right, yeah. So as you can see, it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of trying to figure out. So there are a lot of rules in music. If you know more about it, if you practice this, you can see a lot of things happening in the same exact order for all of these songs. But in this case, we're starting from scratch, right? So we're doing this, just trying to find the note and have a little bit of a ear. Sing it to yourself, always helps. Try to get as close as possible. And this is the note we found. So we found these two chords for Game Boy, right? This is step number one. Great. So we have E and B. Now we got to figure out what kind of chords are these. And when I say that, we have a whole bunch of different chords, which is major. We have minor chords. We have augmented and also diminished. But in pop music, augmented and diminished is not really important. We only focus mostly on minor and major chords. Now I would take the B and see if it's minor or major. Now I'm going to play a minor chord. If you know a little bit about music, you can figure that out, right? And then I'm going to hit play and see if it meshes with the music at all. I feel like it clashes a lot, you know what I mean? So it shouldn't be clashing, right? And then I'm gonna play a major, and it kind of works better, right? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we got B, which is a B major chord. Awesome, great. We already have our first chord. The second one is the E we got to figure out. Now, there are a couple ways to do this. If you know the key of the song, and in this case, it is B, you know the fourth degree, because this interval from B to E is a perfect fourth, as you can see, right? And our fourth degree is always major. If we're in B major, fourth degree is major, fifth degree is major, back to 1. This is a standard cadence in classical music, pop music. 1, 4, 5, 1. You know what I mean? So this is one way to do it. The second way is to do exactly the same thing. So try to play E and E minor and hit play. And you can see it's going to clash again. And in this case, it's a major chord. So we have B major and E major, right? So the thing is, like, there's always a correlation between chords in a whole song. In this case, this E is the first chord playing. Now, we got to figure out where's our home, where is everything gravitating towards, and this is where our key center is, right? Now, this whole phrase ends like this. This is beautiful. I can stop the song right here and end on this chord, and everything will be fine. And this is a really good indicator that this is the key of the song. Honestly, if you can end a song on a particular chord, you should be fine. You can end it on this too, but it's gonna be, you're gonna be left hanging. You know what I mean? And that should not happen with the key of the songs. So we settled that it's a B major. This is great. This is all we need. If we know it's a B major chord, our next step is to figure out the melody. And how do we do that? Now we come to our scale. So we have a whole bunch of different scales, and if you know a little bit about music, you know your major and your minor scale, right? So B major, right? And there, I could do a video about this because this is like basic music theory, and you can start building them, which is super important. If you want to learn how to do this fast, you definitely need to learn how to know your scales. So we're in B major, and I would say 99% of the pop music these days is using diatonic scales for their melodies and also the chords, which means we're using tones or notes from this scale. We're not using these weird notes, which are not part of the B major scale, right? You can hear they also sound a little weird, right? Nice and coherent. We love this, right? And that is what I'm saying. The melody they're singing is actually 100% diatonic, which is great because then we can start figuring out the melody. And just like we did with the chords, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sing the melody and try to use the diatonic scale from B major to play it, right? That's how we're going to do it. So here's the melody. Game Boy, da 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 da. We're going to start with this first. Game Boy. So we're going to do B major scale. Do. This is our first note. We close. This meshes well. So this is our first note. Game Boy. And just walk it down to the note where you need to be. Game Boy. It's going down right. Da, da, da. So this is our note. It's an a G sharp actually, because we're in B. So Game Boy. This is our first two notes, which is really cool. And then it jumps all the way down. Do. So Game Boy, just walk it down. Do. Da, 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 da. This is very close, right? So that is how it works, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. It's not science, it's not crazy something. That is exactly how I do it. But obviously, since I've been doing this all my life, like this is training, it's really fast for me. Like I can listen to this and I like, oh, this is this. It's pretty easy, right? For me at least. But it takes time and dedication. Don't be discouraged. Just practice on the songs you love. And also when you listen to Spotify or whatever, try to sing the melodies for yourself. And when you get to a piano or your instrument, try to play it. That will actually help you and train your ear. So once we've done that, we can put everything together. We got our first chord, which is an E major, what we established. And then the melody. Going back to the B major. Now this is really nice, and this is like the next step how I do it. I listen to the melody and I'm like, this is a B major triad they're singing, right? But that is because I've listened to these kind of intervals for a million times that I already know it automatically. So in this case, right? Put it together, left hand, right hand, with the chords and the melody. That is how you put together melodies. I'm telling you, friends, you can apply this to any kind of song in the world. Obviously, you have jazz tunes, you have salsa, you have Latin music, you have all these different genres who have very specific kind of stylistic traits. For instance, jazz has like a lot of like tensions and like extra melody notes and stuff like that, which is very stylistically for jazz, right? In pop music, everything's very easy. You're doing E major and B major. In this case, we're adding a seventh for the melody and the chords to make it a little softer, right? That's what they do in the chords, actually, in the melody as well. Right? It's a little softer. But that is how we do it, friends. And I'm telling you, I'm doing this all night long, just like you. It just is a little faster for me because I've been doing this for so long. And that's how I make a living out here in Los Angeles. So I'm telling you guys, this is exactly how I do this. And this is how everybody does it, how we learn songs by ear. And like I said, people hit me up every day. Can you do a show? I don't have any sheet music. Can you figure it out? I'm like, yeah, sure. It takes time, and I write it down as well. But that is exactly how I do it. I listen to the key of the song, try to figure that out, and then I know my diatonic scales, and then I can figure out the melody with that, and then I write everything down. And that's how it works. Friends, if you enjoy this kind of content, definitely let me know in the comments below, because I would love to teach you more. And let me know if I helped you in any kind of way. It's a lot of fun just doing this as well. But definitely check out the reactions as well, where we just talk about the song and just have fun listening to the whole song. Obviously, this is just like music theory, a little bit more nerdy, but definitely let me know what you think. And we're going to do more of these. So stay tuned. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys, and hope to see you soon.